Ladies and gentlemen, with just fresh developments coming in on the entire Mahua Moitra and what happened within the ethics panel today, Mahua Moitra has told the panel that the ones logging into her account were merely typing assistants and that she allowed them access by giving the OTP question that was asked of Mahua. They also said, do you think, these are some of the questions, some of the questions that were asked by the ethics panel. So the charges made by Mahua Moitra that it was like a virtual Vastraharan. Now look at this. Do you think it is ethical to share your login ID and password and OTP with someone? And other questions which she was completely abrasive and said that these were personal. How many times did you go to Dubai since becoming an MP? Who paid for your hotel bills? What do you mean by travel expenses? And will you be able to bring a list of items that were given to you by Mr. Hiranandani? These are some of the questions. Payal Mehta joins us with more. Payal, you've spoken to sources who are part of the ethics panel. It's a long list of members. And does this allegation made by Ms. Mahua Moitra stand, given what you have got to understood?
Anand, the questioning, the counter, in fact, the cross-questioning had just about begun and the questions were being asked by the panel chief, Mr. Sonkar over there. Essentially, because these are the details that they would have wanted. They would have wanted to find out the money trail. They would have wanted to find out the login details as well. So on one front, when Mahua Moitra said that she did not violate any ethical code, on the other front, the moment they started asking her these questions, she got really riled up and then she threatened to leave. She essentially said that he is my personal friend and you have no business to ask these questions. This is my personal matter. But obviously, this is not a personal matter, Anand. She's being investigated for a crime that the BJP complaint really mentions, that she's violated ethical rules. And the ethics committee has every right to ask her these questions, is what we are given to understand. So, it is going to be important to see how Mahua Moitra will defend this, because once she's walked out of the ethics committee meeting, she was not there as an MP, Anand. She was summoned there as a witness. So she should have acted accordingly. It's not like, any member of parliament walking out of a committee after being, unhappy about it. So let's see what really happens, because the ethics committee will now be preparing its report and possibly just before Diwali they'll submit the report to the Lok Sabha speaker for his recommendation.
Now a letter has gone to the Lok Sabha speaker which alleges the similar cases and the shouting that was done by Ms. Mahua Moitra and also Mr. Danish Ali and some of the others who said that this was a virtual or likened it to a group of Duryodhans who are doing a Vastraharan. The members present there, Payal, Vinod Sonkar, Dr. Rajdeep Roy, Dr. Subhash Bamre, Aparajita Sarangi, Swami Sumedanand, V.D. Sharma, Preneet Kaur, Uttam Reddy, P.R. Natarajan, Mr. Vaidilingam and Girdhari Yadav. These are some of the members who are part of that panel. It's a very serious accusation that Ms. Mahua Moitra is making. Was there any question that bordered on being indecent, vile, personal, etc.?
Anand, a complaint has obviously been filed by Mahua Moitra as far as this is concerned, but one must remember that right to, in fact, even reply is also there with the other side as well. Everything that is documented in the parliamentary record is a recorded, reference which is available. So tomorrow, if Mahua Moitra decides to challenge this as well, the minutes of the meeting would have been taken by the secretariat officials. That would also be there for public to really see. That will be a lot for Mahua Moitra to really defend from there on, that why this was not justified and why this was justified. But because there was a complaint by Mr. Ajay Anand and Nishikant Dubey essentially saying that she violated parliamentary norms, the fact that they had alleged that she had actually allowed somebody else to log in into her account, even though Mahua Moitra referred to the login as a typing assistant that she was using. So these are the questions that were asked around that. And most importantly, we've just seen the beginning of this, Anand. The fact that she allegedly moved out of the committee meeting and used abusive language against the chairman, and the chairman being an SC member of parliament, is also something that the BJP is not going to let go of, and especially in this crucial election season.
Is there any merit in the accusations made by Mr. Danish Ali and Ms. Mahua Moitra? Given what you have spoken with the sources, Payal, what is their sense? What is the other side's sense?
They have come out and they've spoken to us in the public to begin with, and only after that you saw the response coming in from Mr. Sonkar. And as the chairman of the committee and understanding where the matter really came from, Mr. Sonkar and his team did not give out any information on record because it's a part of parliament record. But yes, we have been able to understand that yes, there are several offences that have been committed by Mahua Moitra, and as far as the Evidence Act goes, she could land up in further trouble for having walked out of a meeting. Let's see how this goes. But obviously, with Mahua Moitra filing a complaint and writing to the Lok Sabha speaker, I'm sure Vinod Sonkar and the other BJP MPs will also do a similar thing. And possibly in the coming few days, you will see a breach of privilege notice being moved against Mahua Moitra by the BJP MPs also, A, for disrespecting the chairman, for calling him in an abusive language, which was there for many members to see, and also the fact that she walked out of a meeting where she was summoned as a witness. She was not an MP. Even earlier in the day, Anand, you remember we broke that information that she was warned very clearly by one member of the opposition itself, saying that you're a witness in the case. You're not a member of parliament. So do not overspeak or do not speak over the chairman.
Now, some of the questions, Payal, stay with us on the phone line. Let's go through some of the questions that have been asked of her. One of the questions, and this is what she told the panel, is that the ones logging into her account were mere typing assistants and she allowed them access by giving the OTP. The question was that was asked was, do you think it is ethical to share your login ID, password and OTP with someone? Then the other questions that were asked was where she was completely abrasive and said that these are personal questions. Some of the questions asked, how many times did you go to Dubai since becoming an MP? Who paid for your hotel bills? What do you mean by travel expenses? Will you be able to bring a list of items that were given to you by Mr. Hiranandani? In the last few years, how many times have you had a conversation with the approver or his team? And since the controversy appeared and the panel has summoned you, how many times have you called? These are questions that were asked, and some of those questions where the entire panel has been branded akin to Duryodhan and the whole line of questioning to a Vastraharan by Ms. Mahua Moitra. Ladies and gentlemen, Payal, thank you for your inputs.